Okay, busuafo da so Mami Cecilia Dapaah insensemi hu. Nsema beto montin so kwema mentwi kakra mangene man. See the police for aiden akwakochi no. Ama moye various investigations sa insensemi. Insem see the anoye din ye power. Police for akwakochi no. Ama see insem bi ewumbia no omoye hwehwemu efa san insensemi. Etifo mangi brene nkuti insem kakra hono.
Kasera see the free man Cecilia Dapaah kanesuafo a no show my Ghana ya hone die ho nsensem meche sanitation minister ne house girls si wo ma ensensem a agye mpeteko ne nsrepe wo mayima be bia befa bia eno na amanfo etutu na sre ene abasa no na si ene mo kase opani on ewe o my Ghana sika kra bia batan Bank of Ghana so Dr. Ernest Addison wakasa ede afo ho se ehadwene se enani bia bei nipa binom etiminya kukuduro esise sika edikogu omo dem edikogu omo fie sense omo edebe ko sika krabia hodo edi akwakoto no etiminya boa emo maye sika sem etutu anamo akonanim ningina ma Cecilia Dapaah watabiri sika ekogu ne fie be $1 million num €300,000 echese sika ndi okika ni ma nkwala ne fa ye disiani a na kika ko be $2.5 million na nkwada no wo atam de kono na sa asemu na ba bia befa bia Ghana made si yada na prawanam a ye we ne je eno na Dr. Ernest atoko amena adesenia wada Ghana yesika krabia batan Bank of Ghana no akasa dia fa ho eno wo chese ehadwene se enani bia bei Cecilia amanfo sika edikogu omo fie edikogu omo dem edikogu omo bedrooms ne omo wardrobe mu wa bra wo so mo de ko sika krabia hodo no no mo edikokoto toto no mo we mra na Bank of Ghana mpenimfo edi dwumadi kese bi o matuden se monetary policy committee wo munhia mu a na etoso baako wo ha ene dumiensa ena na wono mo no kasa ye fa ma be Cecilia Dapaah ne house girls wo mo ensensemu a na bia fe no na Ghana for yedi hu nkomo no.
No, the first question that you asked, yes, we are all worried, but really, I mean, this is a matter that is still unfolding and involving the court, so there's not much that one can say. On your question of the collaboration between the bank and YOCO and the Cyber Security Authority, yes, I mean, based upon the intelligence that we had, a lot of people were arrested, so over 400 people, in rooms, doing online lending without license. These guys are not licensed to be engaging in those kinds of activities. So they were arrested, they have been processed to court, and I think that we will continue to remain vigilant to ensure that these kinds of illegal operations do not persist.
I was appointed to a penny quancher for my Ghana yesika krabia bata Bank of Ghana no Dr. Ernest atoko amena Addison yetene kaningina ne Bank of Ghana penny for monetary policy meeting ya womo no this answer me tuja say antisisi ne house helps no de ya mienum nie saade we ade bia aha wonu mo pa no mo gide wa rehemu sempeni for ede o mani bedi akire na mfifimu ene hwehwemu asafata bia no etimi akoso emasempo o samra ene obi dia emra ne we ya no akwakode eno echo my Ghana inflation won sansam opani Ernest Addison ekasei edifa ho.
Globally, all central banks are tightening, and the source of the problem is also coming from energy and food prices. So all central banks are tightening, and all central banks are facing supply-side shocks from food and energy prices, and they are focused on the secondary effects, or the second-round effects of these types of shock. Broadly, most of them are complying. I mean, you heard about the unfortunate event that took place a few weeks ago, and we immediately, asked them to comply and not wait for July 1st to comply. The lady who talked about the July 1st deadline, we immediately asked the banks to comply earlier. It was 2 weeks or so to the end of June. You'll see that the external debt component in CD terms, tended to increase significantly. Domestic debt only increased by about 11 billion cedis or so. So most of that, call a spike in public debt, was due to the exchange rate movement, especially in January. As I read the press release, we noticed that there was a significant exchange rate adjustment in January. That is what impacted on the dollar value, the cedi value of the external debt.
I was for way a opening powder, my Ghana, Yesika Krabia Time Bank of Ghana, and no Dr. Ernest Addison, Yeten and Kano, way a monetary a policy meeting, a cost and other sons me to Janina, Ejino, my Ghana, Yesika some and to Tia and Okasa Edifa, Miss Cecilia, Dapaah, Kane. Sanitation Minister on any house girls no monson some noa agent patakun serepe ewo omayimu no na busia for awia ya and as some performance some chef for Prince Beduka Remnantie ye kokoti ye say antisisi na Miss Cecilia Dapaah ya eja watabiri sika kogu ni fia ne house of asasa ede ejanie no special prosecutor amaye achima menwa busia for see dem okasei nhwehwemu ahodo ekoso ejise o kai ho ewo eye TV ne so a we a special prosecutor ha wonuma atena ya ewo eye enkrapumpene mantemu emra ma Miss Cecilia Dapaah ene safi na no mode na kohonum ana safi na no mu firi honum akwa aha na afi na wo mo efiri honum akoni fie enti so behwa aposifo ka ho ena asojafo kakra esoso eka ho ani nyina eye team a wo mo asoma mo so mo nkofa ma Miss Cecilia Dapaah na fifimu enkoso na yankwa ma no so ye ne opani eye Richard Kumado enkonkodi nkomo oyobi a wabene ewo eye bambo ho nsensemo yenkomisa se ifi na anu fiada edebesi enne ma Miss Cecilia Dapaah na semi obebua ne seni opani Richard Kumado otemenka enyuno ye mo adwo emo akwaba
Mina mejeso
medisa ho ye
KUMADOE
Kumado okay eti enye Kumado
no KUMADOE
Matias Kumado yes Mr. Kumado mame aya Cecilia Dapaah na semi from Friday edeba edebesi ene Monday a ewe yete se special prosecutor at dispatch team emomo konfie omo kwa search omo kwa arrest no na efifimu akoso no discussions akoso we can we wo obi a wabene wo bambo mu obeka ne say
me da say mpacho feedback wa background say ebi mo kasa wa studio enti e ba me phone so
okay me pacho you mate
okay o sha de anyama miensa. First one is promoting cashless society. Digitization, government says Ghana, so this gum say public education. Maobia Fanisika Core Bank. And you know, senior officer of the state, say Minister of State. Mama Kakra say Otimiki Peace as Ghana Wanifie, which is against the cashless society now promoting. Number two, we share your money laundering. Now, Adebakuwom, your friend on source of funding, and the Odisika core banker. Banks never be first question, sir. What is the source of funding? We nema senior level personality, sir. Yemami Abina, and I say I hand individuals on pharmaceutical and coffee, and Jinayam say such money is in his house. The danger, therefore, is a creative vulnerabilities, Manu. Say I'm Robert Timmy Koviano. The same issue of robbery, any stealing, any fraud, anything I see, Obia Fanisika Kobank. We are a Koban say all other government appointees and as parliamentarians best through since Anopa Bibria Bisa personal security advice is a Yanshaya na Omanya tax, Ewa Mufi, any Mukani offices or Muyajuma. And Tinanya said. Special prosecutor or one of the investigative bodies in Ghana are calling for search in her house and arrest. But any special prosecutor and by this time they said the Financial Intelligence Center creating a Bank of Ghana purposely for money laundering and financial crimes over the issue. Now the property fraud and answer financial crime or police and so by taking interest. Then above all, you could organized crime on by taking interest in this particular case. Why? Because a establish the source of fund and now say what is the nature of Yamami Abina apart from politics or yeah. And these are the various issues involved in this particular issue.
Obisu Subaka say onye ordinary Ghanaian bia or minister or no any sanitation, so at least also onya security on fie any impu or ko baby kranwa or say onya bambo and he say etimi kose ni fie house helps etimi ra kon bedroom efa say sika we no say ne beka ne say even your ministers no omo protection kra no kwan bi so no enkoye no ana.
Definitely, but Usha from security intelligence and I say investigators, Yatimika on authority says can in the bedroom. Papa who lady no on the bedroom maybe an via jewelry, but Usha the quantum of $1 million in cash, the quantum of 300,000 euros or pounds in cash, plus some other Ghana cities. It will not be in her bedroom where she has been sleeping. And so you see bedroom, it could be any of the houses, any of the rooms in her house. But and it's stress any neighbors. And also it has been a problem of vulnerability she has created. But not Macan same way that. My name is Macan will feed away. So say in Ghana, we don't have any institution and as a private individual who appoints, selects, and assigns security protocols to your VIPs, any your VVIPs, and see you take office of the president in particular. Now you have a lot of family members there, and you have a lot more of political party activity gurus there, and few of security protocol officers. Most of our VIPs and VVIPs, they are always vulnerable to any level of attack. I'm hoping, sir, we pay a wake-up call to the state. Say, about briefly the security around your ministers and parliamentarians and top-level politicians in general. Other than that, the levels of threat normal facing in terms of security are very high.
So can say and now special prosecutor at this party, security officials, one more air conifie no, ni neighbors or no more tier, ebia, sa empotem honomono, ebi kromen to, but no monim say minister. Ena etuonom ne ya security for be kohonom na ase movement here and there enko hadwene ne privacy ne bambo kra so mu free honom kwa hadwene.
And definitely government appointee and as a public officer there only privacy there except when you are in your bedroom. But then minimum ya just minimum ya then the brace e create some level of vulnerability manu. And the vulnerability around the neighbors. And he own him say, okay, when I $1 million. Another time I'm robbers to me back. Baba check he says, can I do a and those are some of the things. Meaning it raises another level of concern, say, year for more as house helps, and why a year background checks, and these are the level of vulnerabilities. Anytime I say it, it's like I wanted to cry. When you near politicians, they are not so resourceful, and their levels of vulnerabilities near too high.
Yes,
are one of the critical examples of many of these things are they are going to something drastic like this happening to them.
Now, yes, you will crown one here. Miss Cecilia Dapaah na kwantuo outside Ghana. Say be a otukwa kwa monone, otukwa efi omayimuno, ebe de ni nyina eyesa niamoka ne se money laundering sem ya ababe bata no so abrofro de ese sa niama wo mu mfa ni agrokra nti wan we a ebe ha dwene that be opeso otukwan ekwa abruchira sa na tie.
Definitely enyo no kwa ni family any close associates. As a result, Ghana as a whole, one say na say enchebia na mo blacklist here because of money laundering. And ye boy on my this are no mo lifty after ban no the gray area. Omo kita diplomatic passports. Omo ye politicians in this government. Omo ye ministers. It will affect a whole lot of them. Now, enyo no kwani families and any close associates, me in-laws, and even to the 8th layer. yeah, credibility test, and I say integrity background, sir. It affected to the next layer, and I said to the 8th layer in that regard. And they've taken it so seriously. And some of the things in the bloom, but issues of money laundering are very serious, sir. Young one say, yeah, Auntie Abina Obia Shani said, she's a model for young women in politics, sir. At the way, because ye were ni fear. But when him, Seba arrest, sir. It's not giddy say the 32 military and as a police. No, there are levels of issues of dealing with personalities such as this. Mind you that I said we see last year case now court, and it is the state that is prosecuting the thieves and not Mami Abina, and that is one level of understanding people must understand. And also, your mistake and say the money they are mentioning is not what it takes. No, it is the state that is prosecuting the case, and you know because you see the level of understanding of this case, it has moved from her onto the state, and the police is only prosecuting the case on behalf of the Attorney General. And see, that is another level of understanding we need to bring to the clarity of what is happening. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Where the media kwamu akono sa arrest we no say enim say bia security for e babeti obi a ye de handcuff guninsa na bia ya so ne pechi na bia ba kokora e pori ni tiri ho ne ade no Mama Cecilia Dapaah ni arrest we no ebe kosai isan say cheche mukakra ebe kosai the usual way na
it depends on the officers in charge. And I say instruction I the mom. But me all the days I've spent in the BNI, my experience over 28 years, no. It's about personalities such as this. They be a person me show decorum.
Okay.
And I say highest level of maximum respect. Okay, and see, Mommy, if I tell Jeffrey, the Bureau of National Investigation, we are investigating the case that happened in your house, blah blah blah. Please. We are inviting you to come with us into our office. You can drive your own car or you come in our car. It's not directly necessary, say, would you have conversion in unless under strange circumstances. And to succeed or not driving a car, then you can put her at the back and put an officer by her, and another officer will be in front of the car, plus the driver. Say, if she's coming with us in our car, then you put her in one of the major cars, then or do what? Maybe I'll buy a cup of tea. Then the interviewing and the question. The BNI will always question you, while the police will interview you. So those are the differences. But we need to bring to the public, the fact that the special prosecutor has sent people to search her house and arrest her doesn't mean that the police will also not do the same thing, or the BNI will also not do the same thing, because FIC looks at it from money laundering. DOCO looks at it from economic crime area. Property fraud and financial crime from the police look at it from the criminal point. Then the BNI looks at it from the collusion and some other corruption and bribery aspect. Because she's a senior officer of the state, and in her office, in recent times, Wama contrast to some level of 43 million and some of those things. The why to be looking at corruption and bribery, which have become a key feature of political party funding about the national security risks and threat to the state in terms of sovereignty and whatever it is. So these are the complexities in this particular case involving our own mother, Auntie Abina.
Any school out there call and you may be any so about
Thank you.
I was for Penny Richard a year Kumado and yeten and cano. Or you'll be a wapeni ye pa a year bambo huns and semo. My Miss Cecilia, Dapaah, ya se mohe a sumpa TV and you may ya or a land cruiser, woman two, a free a special prosecutor, a officer, or more a call my Miss Cecilia Dapaah, if ya security for national security any pussy for your soldier for eka ho a wo mo koma me ne fie akwa search ho nyina no mo afa no e de na ba special prosecutor na tena ye ho no mo